it's me, Crafty, and welcome back to my witchcraft series. I made about 2 videos so far to show you how to do this one particular thing, which is super easy to make anyway, and I lost them. So I'm just going to describe it to you. It's really easy, and anybody can do it really. So it's a sugar jar spell, and the actual inspiration for the spell came from some book I read by Silver Ravenwolf. I'm not sure which book it was, but she mentioned putting her daughter's name in the sugar bowl to sweeten her up a bit. So this is my own little spin-off that I created after having read that and whatever, and I find mine works pretty good. So I use it for now some people think, oh, you know, it's manipulation, it's interference, somebody's free will, yada yada yada. So, you know, if you're of that line of thought, then don't use it. But if you think differently, then, you know, go right ahead. If you want to adapt it and use a different type of oil or extract or whatnot, go for it. That's part of the, you know, the whole learning process of magic and whatnot is learning something new and, you know, experimenting with it, trying different ways, and seeing what works for you. Just make sure you record your results so you don't forget. So what you're going to need is you're going to need a glass jar of some sort with a tight fitting lid. Okay, now I already made this, right? You're going to need at least 1 cup of sugar and some vanilla extract, and you're going to need some sort of taglock from that person. Now, what's a taglock? A taglock could be a piece of paper with that person's signature on it. It could also be some of their hair, fingernail clippings, a piece of their clothing, that type of thing. It could be some soil, say where they had walked from their footprint. A bit of that soil could be used. If nothing else, if you don't have like any kind of access to any of those things, you might want to use just a piece of paper with their name written on that piece of paper, their first and last name. If you know their birth date, all more better, but if not, that's cool. So that's what you're going to need. Glass jar with a good lid on it, tight fitting lid. You don't want no ants crawling in there. And you're going to need vanilla extract. Some people might want to use vanilla essential oil, but I prefer the extract in this case. And a taglock of that person. Okay? And, you know, when you gather your tools, of course, you're going to cleanse them of all previous energies. You're going to, you know, consecrate them, bless them, empower them, and whatnot. So you might want to also use a separate bowl, like a ceramic bowl or something, or a glass bowl. Put the sugar in there first. Add your vanilla extract to it. I add 3 drops to mine. If I'm using 1 cup of sugar, I'll add 3 drops. And then what you do is you get a spoon, and I'll use a metal spoon just because when it comes to working with essential oils, etc., wood can absorb a lot of things, and I don't like the idea of transferring say particles of certain types of essential oils to new workings and whatnot. So I'll use a metal spoon. If you want, you can use plastic, if you have glass spoons, whatever, and add those 3 drops to the sugar. Stir clockwise and keep working it. When you first drop the extract into the sugar, it's gonna like kind of clump together. That's normal, that's fine. Just break down those clumps, keep stirring clockwise, all the while visualizing that person being happy, cheerful, chipper, you know, just joyful. Okay? And then once that's all mixed together, you add 3 tablespoons of that sugar vanilla mixture into your glass jar so that it covers the bottom. Then you take your taglock, whatever it might be. It could be a small tiny picture of them, it could be their signature, some of their hair, whatever, and you put it on top of that sugar that you have in your jar. And then you take the remaining sugar that you have made, your vanilla sugar, and you bury that tag lock in the jar, and then you seal your jar. Put the lid on. Store your jar somewhere safe. Don't put it in your kitchen cupboards. You know, the last thing you need is somebody in your family to open up your jar thinking, oh look, here's the sugar bowl, and you know, add it to their tea or coffee. They might wonder, why is there hair in there? Or how come so-and-so's picture's in here? Yeah, so store it someplace safe where nobody's going to get to it. And you might want to give it a shake every now and then, but make sure that tag lock is buried in the vanilla sugar. And you want to make sure you have a really good lid on there. Like I said, you don't want no creepy crawlies crawling in there. And that's pretty much it. I mean, if somebody is like always angry at you, or you know, they just tend to target you, or they're just one of those grouchy kind of people you just wish would, you know, get off your case and whatnot. This is a real subtle way of dealing with people like that. It's a gentle way, I guess you could say. Some people take a more assertive approach. Just, you know, put it politely. But this is one of those kind of, you know, warm, fuzzy type ways of dealing with people that can be real arses sometimes, you know. So there you go, there's your sugar jar spell. If you want to use any other type of oil or extract, go right ahead. Anything that promotes peace, happiness, friendship, go for it. You know, I just, you know, I like using the vanilla. It works really good. Another thing that you can use vanilla sugar for, you can add it to love spells. You know, you can say you got a date planned, and or your partner or your husband, your wife, whatever, maybe you're gonna go on a picnic or whatever, you might want to get some strawberries and sprinkle some vanilla sugar over top them. You can add it in baking, cooking, all different types of things like that. So vanilla sugar can be used for more than one thing. Those are just some ideas for you guys to work with and have fun with. So that's the sugar jar right there. Yeah. And the inspiration, I'm not claiming this to be, you know, my complete idea or whatever. I read some about her putting somebody's name in a sugar bowl, and I thought, oh, okay. And then I thought, well, you know what? If you add a little bit of vanilla, yada, 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 put your own spin on it. And for me, this one works really well, I find. You might find using lavender works better for you, or honeysuckle, or rose, or whatever. You know, the whole thing about magic is experiment, find out what works for you, and you know, keep track of your results. And you know, that's pretty much it. So much love to everybody out there. Quick and simple spell, anybody can do it. Best time to do it, full moon. Yep. So but you can do it anytime if you wanted to, you know. So that's pretty much it. I am going to go to bed now. It's kind of late, so we'll see you guys maybe around Tuesday or so. We'll see how it goes. So much love to everybody, and good night. Ciao.